Okay, we have the nice big Volvo here. Certainly a vehicle that has been used by many professional organisations in the past, namely the police. This vehicle is very large indeed. Right, let's start with the visibility. I would say the visibility on this car is absolutely superb. I'm looking in my rear view mirror now, and what I see is an enormous rear screen which offers all the visibility I could possibly require to see what's going on behind me. The front screen is very large. I'm looking out through the screen as opposed to down and across like I get in so many cars these days. The not the rear view mirrors, the side mirrors are at the perfect height. They're not too low. I can see what's going on at the side of me by just moving my eyes without having to move my head and look down. This is a very comfortable seated position. Feels very natural. If there's anything that feels a little bit peculiar, the steering wheel does seem to be a little bit low down. The layout of the dashboard, very clear. I'm not obstructed by the top of the steering wheel. The dials are easy to read, very precise. Yes, it's a very good layout actually. The brakes are very nice, they're very sharp. They're not grabby brakes. I can apply the pressure that I require in a controlled fashion. I feel it calls over the brakes and not an effect. The center console, very clearly laid out in a minimalistic design. Everything is pretty much identifiable with a quick glance. Nothing too confusing about that one. This is the automatic version. The door cards are attractively designed. In fact, the interior all around is very nice. One thing I'm picking up immediately is I'm doing 65 miles an hour now, maybe a little bit more, and there's a lot of wind noise coming from the top of the driver's door window, or maybe more than the top of the driver's door. I don't know, it sounds a little bit like there's a bit of a gap in the window. It's unlikely to be defective because the vehicle's only done 70,000 miles. The steering on this is very light for a big car. Very light indeed. It feels very nimble. This car gives the driver a sense of certainty when driving, and that's something I've come to appreciate in driving vehicles. It's obviously a very secure car. Volvos have always been known for being tough old buggers. But the steering really does appeal to me. There is a little bit of a play there. I'm not really getting any sort of reaction from the wheels at all for maybe quarter of an inch. But that could be a mechanical issue. It could be down to worn bushes. The gear transition is not the finest automatic, but it's certainly not the worst. I don't really feel myself jerking in between gear changes, which is always nice. A lot of the French cars do that, and in fact a lot of French cars do that really badly. I feel very confident driving this vehicle because of its size and the fact that it's such a solid beast. It has got a terrible wobble to it, it really has. The suspension is far too soft and floaty for this vehicle. I would not want to be in a situation where I've got to swerve out of lane at speed. It's just too soft suspension. If I was going to keep this car myself personally, I would upgrade the suspension. Purely for security issues. Safety issues rather. The seats in the back are absolutely enormous. This is a car that you can pick up a lot of people, drive very comfortably. It's also quite a powerful vehicle. You'd have no problems towing a caravan or any other form of trailer within reason. Just trying to think of something I don't like about this vehicle really. It's I'm hard done by to do so. It's very impressive. I've bought up a load of Volvos over the last couple of years, and I'd have to say this one is certainly getting the high scores. It's a beautiful vehicle. It's a very, very comfortable drive. I feel I could drive a car like this across Europe. It has the same qualities as a GT car. It's comfortable. It's not the most powerful car at all. I would like to see it with a bigger engine. But yeah, it's a great car. It's a great car. It has a very, very admirable road presence. They're not the most exciting cars by any means. They certainly look a little bit, probably drab is probably the right word. And even the interior is a little bit bland. But it does have a sense of being well built. And it's certainly not a cheap car. It's certainly not been slapped together quickly. A lot of design's gone into this car. The cornering, well, you are in a big car, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be, having such soft suspension. I think if anybody's thinking of buying one of these and you take it for a test drive, I would say you're most certainly not going to be disappointed. This car certainly gets a thumbs up from me. I think it's an excellent vehicle. If there's anything I could say about it, I would say I'd like to see the suspension a little bit harder, and the engine, I'd like a bigger engine in a bigger car. And also this noise of the wind is something that can be a little bit irritating. It's some vehicles are like that. I mean the BMW X5, if you open the windows on that car, the noise nuisance is absolutely horrendous. I mean, obviously there's going to be noise when the car's windows are open, but for that particular BMW, it's absolute nightmare. It's a great car, this. Buy one.